All right, guys. So the established GOP, the neocon wing of the Republican Party, and the mainstream liberal media as well too, they're in full-blown meltdown mode. Okay, as some states like Arizona have gone full-blown MAGA. Okay, those are not my words. Those are the words of Meghan McCain, aka "Let me sell my book on my father's grave," Meghan McCain. Okay, that's what she said in reaction to Kari Lake and other MAGA-backed candidates, Trump-backed candidates, winning in Arizona. Okay, they basically taken over that state, right? They've taken over the Republican Party in that state, and this is something that is freaking the establishment and the mainstream media out. Okay, the mainstream media is freaked out because Democrat Party, they're funding a lot of these candidates, right? Which they see as hypocritical to the Democrats' talking points about the so-called threat to democracy. The establishment Republicans are freaking out because this means the end of their reign, right? That means that Trump candidates are in fact going to take over the party sooner rather than later, okay? And the old neocon wing, again, they're trying to hold on to as much power as they can for as long as they can. And one of the key races to watch is the race for Liz Cheney's seat in Wyoming, as she is up for re-election, and she will be facing Miss Harriet Hogman, who has been endorsed by Trump. And it looks like, as of right now, Liz Cheney is getting mud stomped, right? She's getting mud stomped into the ground when it comes to the polls, right? There are some polls that have her losing by as many as 20 points, okay? It looks like she's gonna get washed, okay? She's gonna get skunked in the next, 12 or so days when it comes time to vote. So they're getting desperate, so desperate that Liz Cheney has rolled out her father, right? The same way that Meghan McCain always rolls out her father or summons up her father whenever she needs some sympathy. Liz Cheney has rolled out her father to do a political ad in which he takes a clear and direct shot at Trump and the MAGA wing of the Republican Party. Take a look.
In our nation's 246-year history, there has never been an individual who is a greater threat to our republic than Donald Trump. He tried to steal the last election using lies and violence to keep himself in power after the voters had rejected him. He is a coward. A real man wouldn't lie to his supporters. He lost his election, and he lost big. I know it, he knows it, and deep down, I think most Republicans know it. Lynn and I are so proud of Liz for standing up for the truth, doing what's right, honoring her oath to the Constitution, when so many in our party are too scared to do so. Liz is fearless. She never backs down from a fight. There is nothing more important she will ever do than lead the effort to make sure Donald Trump is never again near the Oval Office. And she will succeed. I am Dick Cheney. I proudly voted for my daughter. I hope you will too.
I'm Liz Cheney, and I approve this message.
Wow. Wow. Talk about desperation, okay? Liz Cheney rolling out her dad, who is probably one of the most hated figures in the Republican Party, or the most hated figures in the country, really, to do an endorsement for her because she is that desperate. However, this backfired big time because, like I told you guys, this guy is not just hated in the Republican Party. He's hated across the country, which means he's hated on both sides of the aisle, as the left and the right came together in a rare, truly bipartisan moment to rip Dick Cheney after he trashes Trump, right? Having some people, some liberals, go as far as to say, F him, F his wretched daughter, and F Trump. So let's read about this because this is absolutely hilarious. Former Vice President Dick Cheney faced widespread condemnation Thursday after he filmed an anti-Trump attack ad for his embattled daughter, Representative Liz Cheney. Based on polling, Liz Cheney is in big trouble in her upcoming primary over her decision to vote to impeach former President Donald Trump last year. Her prominent role on the House Select Committee investigating the Capitol attack has also put her on the outs with many conservative voters. She tried to out her father, who once held her current seat before he eventually became vice president in 2001. In an ad that was posted across social media, Dick Cheney said Trump attempted to, quote, steal an election. He added he is proud of his daughter for standing against Trump. Quote, he's a coward. A real man wouldn't lie to his supporters. He lost his election and he lost big. I know it. He knows it, and deep down I think most Republicans know it. Lynn and I are so proud of Liz for standing up for the truth, doing what is right, honoring her oath to the Constitution when so many in her own party are too scared to do so. But people from all political backgrounds unleashed a flurry of criticism against him. Cheney's infamous 2006 hunting accident, where he shot a man, was prominent on the minds of many. So let's read about this, because this roast right here is absolutely beautiful. Okay, this is a truly rare bipartisan moment where you see both sides come together and say, hey, you know what? I don't like you, you don't like me, but we both don't like him, right? Or them, okay? Again, this is beautiful. Zach Sear says, fun fact, Dick Cheney is also a liar. Plus, he's a murderer who killed hundreds of thousands of people for oil and defense contracts. F him, F his wretched daughter, and F Trump. They can all rot in hell. Dan Caldwell says, Dick Cheney as VP was the chief advocate of the disastrous war in Iraq that killed up to 1 million people, unconstitutional government surveillance programs, torture, and many other horrific policies. He should have no standing to accuse anyone of being a threat to our republic. Facts. Cassandra McDonald says, LMAO, your dad is literally Satan. Jason Miller says, this is nothing more than a job application for CNN or MSNBC. Yeah, I agree with that. I 100% agree with that, right? All the establishment, they are tweeting this out, right? They're sharing this, like Jake Tapper, okay, like Dave Wasserman. They're resharing this because Liz Cheney is so brave. She's so brave, right? She's trying to save democracy. But what Liz Cheney's actually really trying to do is get a job at CNN or MSNBC. That's what she's trying to do. However, little does she know is that she's going to end up just like Rick Santorum, because what happens is that these people don't really like Republicans, right? They don't like people like Liz Cheney, okay? So they use Liz Cheney and Republicans like Rick Santorum and Mitt Romney to attack Trump. However, once they get done attacking Trump, they have no more usefulness for those Republicans because they honestly don't agree with them on policy, right? They don't really agree with them politically. So at that point, they just toss them aside. And if they step out of line, best believe they're going to get fired quick, fast, in a hurry, which is exactly what happened to Rick Santorum, right? He got fired, but they let people like Don Lemon, who was accused of giving another man a dirty Sanchez, and Jeffrey Toobin, who was caught masturbating, choking his chicken on a Zoom call, a work Zoom call. They can stay at CNN. But again, people like Rick Santorum, who dared say something mean about the Native Americans, something that the left didn't like about Native Americans, he had to go. He was fired on the spot. That's exactly going to be the fate of Liz Cheney. Okay, she knows she's done for. She knows that she's done with politics, and she's gonna have to join the media. But again, little does she know, her time there is gonna be up as soon as she stopped bashing Trump, right? Or as soon as Trump is out of the picture, she's done, right? She's done. She's absolutely done. Dick Cheney looks ready to shoot Trump in the face with a motherload of bird shot. Again, that's referring to Dick Cheney's shooting accident back in 2006. Oliver Willis says, best thing about this ad is that Dick Cheney looks like Ish. Dick Cheney said Trump is evil is like brain cancer talking Ish about lung cancer. Scott Presser says, yeah, Dick Cheney has always been the arbiter of truth, weapons of mass destruction. Wow. Max J. Rosenthal said in response to another tweet here about Molly Knight, who said, you don't under any circumstances have to hand it to Dick Cheney. And then he captioned that, said, Dick Cheney's hunting buddies when there's a spare shotgun. Yeah. Don't hand your spare shotgun to Dick Cheney. Please don't, right? You might get shot. You might get shot. Stephen Chung says, imagine being so desperate that you have to call on daddy to come defend you. But these days, instead of having a shotgun in his hands, blasting people's faces off, Dick Cheney has a water gun for a brain. Wow. They are roasting this man up, bruh. Liz Cheney thought this was going to be a moment where liberals were going to come to her defense, right? Where liberals are going to give her a slow applause for her dad speaking out against Trump. And that is not what's happening at all, right? They are roasting her. John Nichols, I still don't believe in letting Dick Cheney off the hook. I thought he should have been impeached and removed for high crimes and misdemeanors when he was vice president. Indeed, if he had been impeached and removed, I believe the Republican Party's degeneration would have been slowed. James McLeod, Like, I agree with the words coming out of his mouth, but GD, somehow Dick Cheney's energy has gotten even more sinister. Johnny Axam says, Dick Cheney lied us into an illegal war as he pilfered billions through Halliburton. He's not really the best spokesman for standing up against Trump. Wow. Wow. Again, rare bipartisan moment here where Liz Cheney thought that she was going to get liberals to give her an applause, okay, to give her some credit for bringing her dad in to defend her against Trump and to attack Trump. And that backfired big time, right? It backfired big time. And it looks like Liz Cheney is, in fact, on the way to losing her seat, okay? Again, this is what happens when you get in bed with Democrats as a Republican or a conservative. You're not one of them. You will never be accepted, right? No matter what you do, even if you attack Trump. Because there are certain people in the Republican Party that even the left, they hate just as much, if not more, than Trump. And Dick Cheney is one of those people. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.